Welcome back, Mr. Goodberry. The First Star Logistics studio is fully equipped and ready to record.
Welcome back to Bengals on the Brain, presented by First Star Logistics. I'm your host, Joe Goodberry, and the Bengals dropped to 0-1. We did a recap show. We have a live post-game show with Jake Lisco and Joe Goodberry every week after the Bengals game on the First Star Media YouTube page. That is already up. So if you wanted my reactions to the game and setting that all up, that's what that episode is for. It's still very good. You can watch that on Monday mornings. Well, today's Tuesday. I'm just saying it's live on Sunday. If you're not available then, maybe you're at the game, maybe you're driving home. It's good to watch Sunday night, Monday mornings. Jake does a great job, and I'm happy to be back with him. I'm glad First Star was able to make that happen. He's one of my favorite guys to work with in all of NFL media, because I've worked with a lot of people now at this point, but especially in Bengals, in the Bengals sphere. Jake's my guy. So make sure you tune into that every Sunday or Monday or Thursday, whenever the Bengals play, and check us out there, especially because First Star is giving away tons of stuff this year, just like they did last year. All the great prizes and cool stuff, unique things, honestly, things you can't get anywhere else, which is awesome. But they gave away 2 PlayStations. We gave away 2 PlayStations on Sunday. I hope you were one of them. If you're watching, and you're here, that's awesome. If you ever want to donate that to me, I could use a PlayStation 5. But they gave away 2 of them. You had to be in and watching on Sunday to the post-game show in order to be involved in the one. The other one was on Twitter, though. And so you can expect to see the same thing this week when they give away, I believe it is 3 pairs of the Nike Zoom Pegasus. The team issued Bengals ones that you see the trainers run around and all the people run around with on game day. But this episode is the film breakdown, and I'm going a little quickly because I've got over an hour of film breakdown just watching the passing offense, because that is the heartbeat of this team, and it's revealing. So lock in, tune in, and we'll talk about it on the other side. Okay, with the new NFL Pro subscription, if you want to watch the film, or if you just want to recap games, watch old games, anything like that. When you get in there, you go on Film Room, or you could just search by the player up here. But I'm going to use this on the left side here. If you follow me, we're looking for Joe Burrow. Follow me with what I'm looking at here on the left side. We're going to go with Joe Burrow, and I want to watch all the passing plays from this game. And you can get more in depth. I'm going to pause this here when this pops up, but you can get more in depth here with this. You could say, pat play situation. It's the first quarter. It's the third down. It's 7+ yards to go when they're trailing. Let's say fourth quarter, you did that. And you can get this for the entire season. So it's cool to have. And that's why today we're going to start pretty basic. We're just going to look at every Joe Burrow passing play from week 1 versus the Patriots. And it's just going to roll and play. And we're going to stop it as we feel fit and try and talk about a few plays here as they come up. So right away, you may already remember this play, and it is I gotta say, this must be this is the play where he takes a sack and a little forced fumble there. So this is their first pass of the game, and we sit here and we go, okay, so what happened on this play? And if we can go back all the way, it's not very intuitive when you have it paused, but you're gonna see here vertical routes. Screen's a little dark. Hopefully they fix this when it's paused. It's dark. But we have vertical routes here, and you're going to end up with one single high safety in the middle of the field. This is a great situation to run vertical routes and try and stretch the field. All right, so they have this called, and I said during the game, I tweeted out that they've got a few shot plays called here. They haven't been able to get to them. And I'm excited to see. This is the first time I'm watching tape too. So I'm excited to see, is that true? Because it looked like it. So right away, I'm like, okay, first pass of the game here. They're trying to push this ball downfield. You got Trenton Irwin and Jamar Chase running vertically. And now Irwin is going to attack this middle of the field safety and kind of run right at him and play off of him. Is he going to split it and go that way? That was supposed to be an arrow. First game of the year for me too. Is he going to split it and go that way, split it and go that way? Like, what's your leverage look like based on that safety? Where Jamar Chase is going to go vertical here, and then he's going to stem it or come back in this scenario. So he's going to come up and he's going to come back and run a comeback route. because we're going to see this safety over here. I'm going to make sure he's blue. We're going to see him scream over the top and get over top of Jamar Chase. Like, why wouldn't you, right? Think of the Bengals receivers. I hear Andre Yosivas, Trenton Irwin, Jamar Chase. Who are you going to double? Where are you going to put the safety? You're going to put him over Jamar Chase. So I'll roll that again here and keep your eye on the safety in the middle of the field. Okay, so there we are. Burrow's got the ball cocked and ready to throw. This is going to be the first situation where we say, Burrow, throw it. Throw that thing. And where's he throwing it? I think, in my opinion here, it's going to be to Trenton Irwin here as this safety screams over the top. Now, maybe he doesn't think. I mean, I don't see how you can't think at this situation that safety is going over to Chase's side. Clearly going to Chase's side here. He's full blown sprinting to his right. While Irwin is going to be left one-on-one. He's got to step on this guy. Like, this is the throw. Go ahead and take it. I want to say it's very similar to the Bengals Falcons where we hit Tyler Boyd deep down the middle to start that game. Was that last year or 2 years ago? And you end up in a situation like you got to throw it. Now, I will say, eyes right here. Trent Brown gives up the inside. He and Kappa, I mean, you both got to squeeze this guy a little bit more. But you've got a guy running straight at Burrow. But it shouldn't matter. This ball should be out. This thing is cocked. It's ready to fire. Go. And he doesn't. He pulls it down. And I wonder here too as well when I was watching it, like, is Irwin actually running deep? Because I think he looks back at this point and sees Burrow bring it down. And then I saw Irwin snap it off. And I was like, okay, maybe that was a reaction to Burrow pulling the ball down. And I think it was. I think he was going vertical. And we're going to get the end zone and let me get that out of there. If I can. We just may need to brighten up the screen afterwards. And I think I can do that. There we go. So as we see here, this is a good time to look at the pass rush if we can go back. I don't think we can. I'll get used to this system. This isn't normally what I use for film breakdowns. I just wanted to use the NFL Pro because it's new this year and there may be some hiccups. All right, so we had a little motion inside by Gesicki. And this is the third down situation. We're short of the sticks, right? So we're dropping everyone back into coverage. This is going to be a key thing too. Burrow talked about it post-game, that they're dropping everyone into coverage. Looks like, yeah, a cover 6 type of coverage because it looks like he's got this right here. He's got this right here. We're bang, bang, bang. I mean, they're just dropping everyone and rushing 4. And the protection's there. We're at the top of our drop. It looks like Kappa's taking care of his man and pushing him outside the pocket here, right? Looks like he's going to take care of that guy and push him out of there. And we've got a pocket right here. Clear, easy throw if you want to hit short of the sticks to Mike Gesicki. Now, I would like Gesicki, if it's me, to get a little further and get right here. Harder to do that because Juwan Bentley's going to come over the top and get in there and get mixed in. Do you have a guy run vertically here and vertically here? Is that and stress out this safety a little bit, make him choose? Let's click play and see exactly what the rest of the routes look like. No. So we got an out route and an up here. So we are running out with Irwin and running deep with Yoshi. So we're taking this quick, easy, and these two guys are going to squeeze down on Gesicki here. And that's why you end up punting on third down on your next throw in this game. So again, just taking the easy open guy, taking what the defense gives you, as Joe Burrow called it after the game. We want much protection up here. You've got an extra guy in with Drew Sample. Don't really have much yak talent out there, many guys that can run after the catch. You don't really have much in terms of a jitterbug type receiver that you could just give it to underneath and let him make a guy miss and make something happen. It's a nice catch by Tanner Hudson, who had he had a day. He's going to chip first. I want to look at this. We got a 3-by-1 formation, basically. They're all bunched in. I do like bunch sets. It forces the DBs to be off a little bit. You see how far off they are. Gives you a little bit of room to do what you want to do and get free releases. Helps against guys that aren't great against man coverage. If you have receivers that, need a little bit of space and need free releases, like Jamar here, if you're watching down at the bottom, the first two guys go, and Jamar is the last one to he can navigate and get here and hopefully have a free release or something, free path to wherever he's going. I actually don't know where he's going yet. Like I said, this is the first time I'm watching it with you guys. Okay, so it is going out. So the throw here, if you want to make it, in the combo route we're looking for is Chase is going here, or he could even sit down, I guess, depending on the coverage here. And we've got a corner route from Yoshi, it looks like. You read a high-low, this being the high option, this being the low option. And you're reading a defender here. You're reading, more than likely, this guy. Because you got a safety over top here and this guy here for Yoshi. And you're going to read this guy. And if he stays down on Chase, you go to Yoshi. If he drifts back to Yoshi, you hit Chase on the out route. So that's where he's looking right now. And he's already coming off and heading back towards Hudson here. And you see here, probably a good decision. This guy is heading back towards Yoshi there. That would have been a very tough throw to lay this in. You might have been able to do it, but it would have been tough. We've seen it happen before. The thing here is I see Zach Moss with his hand up saying hey, I had the free access point here. You think Hudson's going to win this and get all the way across? It's unlikely. Nice catch by Hudson to one-hand it. Like I said, also, if you're reading that boundary defender and he's got to choose between Yoshi and Chase, it looked like he chose Yoshi. You could probably hit it outside the Chase. So as you're watching Burrow's eyes, that's where he's looking. He even gave you a little pump right there, right? He said, okay, I'm looking at it right here. And he comes back right there. Nope, don't like it. Was it Charlie Jones and not Yoshi? I see this guy right here now. I may be confusing the depth of who was where. But either way. That sigh's not to be supposed to be so loud. Sorry, as I'm watching this. All right. We're in shotgun again, as they were pretty much the entire game. This is one that Burrow looks underneath real fast. You see, once you get to the top of the drops, I like to pause it. If you're new here, one of the things I really like, because you can't always tell what the play is supposed to be, but a good indicator is when you get to your top of your drop and you're there and the pocket's super clean, where are these guys and what's going on? So we've got a guy sitting here. We're sitting here. We're going to the flats here. The only one I'm interested in is Chase. And for the defensive perspective, when Burrow says, hey, they're just playing deep. Here we are again. They're playing deep. They put this game plan together as if Higgins was going to be out there, and he wasn't. And I don't think the Pats really changed it at all. They said, all right, if you guys can run the ball, run it. And so we get there. We get cover two. Cover two is typically, again, we'll do this because it's first of the year. I forget. Cover two is typically, can I hit windows here, 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 or check it down? And you also have some smaller ones like this. That's where we saw Gesicki earlier, where he hooked up on that third down. So you have your windows, and it's either, all right, middle of the field open. Do I have someone going to the middle of the field? If not, check it down. And look where the routes all are. There's no one going to the middle of the field. They're all just hooking up at 3 to 5 yards. All right, so we're going to check it down to, is that Chase Brown this time? Who gets walloped right away because there's no one holding that linebacker back behind him. All right. Let's watch protection here. A lot is going to be made of the offensive line when you don't have a great passing performance, but I mean, can we not have a deeper route with that protection? I think we can. That protection looked good there. Well, so far we had the one bad loss on the first sack by Trent Brown. But again, I felt like there was enough time to make that aggressive throw down the middle, up the seam to Irwin. Now Burrow takes off on this one. This isn't a actual pass play, but it's a called pass, so this will show up in there. Again, we're at the top of our drop again, right? We've got protection. That's not supposed to be that. Give me the arrow. Give me the line every time. We got protection, right? We had our back foot. Well, we got this guy going out this way. We got a guy going this way. We're hooking up here. I don't know what Chase is doing. My eyes weren't down there yet. Let's see. Okay, so he's hooking up here. So basically, we're going to hook here, hopefully pull these defenders, and we got another hook here. This guy's going to hopefully pull these defenders while we run a corner route behind him. Meanwhile, we got a running back this way. If we wanted to give it to the running back, this would be a great play to do it. Great time to do it. We saw a few throws in this game where they go to the running back and he gets hit right away. But on like a play like this, do we want Joe Burrow running or do we want him making this simple throw to the running back? I'm still sitting here like, I want this throw to the running back. The line of scrimmage is right here, by the way. You see the 2 up here? That's where the line of scrimmage goes. So the line of scrimmage is just around this area. He's got time to hit this running back. Let's watch Chase Brown. How long is he open for? I mean, can I have that? Can we have that? I do like Jamar, though. If we watch real fast, Jamar stayed with this and was like, if Burrow would have kept his eyes up and still not committed to the pass or committed to the run as fast as he did, Jamar hooked up here and then took off this way. Eyes up, Burrow. Lay it up there. Old Burrow would, right? LSU Burrow would. One of the things I noticed in this game was how quickly he dropped his eyes, lost his posture, and maybe we can get it on this play. Maybe we'll get an example here. Okay, so the first read to the left, not open. Come back to the right now. All right, well, and hang on. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Perfect time. Knees start bending, shoulders slumped, ball down by the stomach. That's not a throwing posture. You are no longer throwing the ball. You can't. Even if he looked right now and a guy was open, he would have to reset, get himself back up, and throw it. More than likely, unless he could just shot put it in there. But like that's not a throwing posture. This is a nervous running posture when you watch quarterbacks and study them. So it's like instantly you saw the next few steps are run. Now he's raised. The ball's now up a little bit higher. He can throw this ball if he sees somebody. And he looked one more time. He looked once to Chase Brown. So when I was saying, hey, you give it to Chase Brown, he looked and then still ran for it. So that was just the decision. He saw Chase, or at least looked and thought he saw Chase. I think this is the 3rd down now. Yeah. So real quick, they had motion at the snap with Chase, and he's trying to run underneath here as Tanner Hudson is going to go up. The idea is to get these guys caught in traffic, these 2 defenders, and have an easy throw to Jamar. Like that ball needs to be out right now. And then hopefully Jamar can turn upfield. So that's his first read. He's looking left there. He doesn't like it. Comes back middle now. Now in the middle, we've got one-on-one situations. Yoshi's either running a dig here or a post. I'm not sure which one, but you can tell by the way he's leaning. And I would say the defender's got a good leverage on him, good inside positioning. He's driving over the top. You're in good shape. So now we've gone 1 read, 2 read. I would say the offensive line is okay, but we're starting to lose here. You're starting to lose leverage there. You're starting to lose the corner there. These guys over here are okay, but we do have a stunt. We do have a DN looks like he's coming back inside here. So the ball's got to be out now. You don't got a lot of time. You don't usually get time to get to 3rd read here, which I would say is about to be. Mr. Chuck Sizzle is going to shake this guy that looks like he's falling right here. 25 looks like he's falling. So let's keep our eyes on that. Yes. And by now, the pass rush is getting home. Right? This would have to be Anthony Richardson with the Colts. Remember, did you guys see that long 60-yard bomb where he drifts back and fade away throw? I want to see the end zone angle here to see how tight it really is on Joe Burrow. But yeah, Charlie Jones, he's wide open and his guy fell. And Joe Burrow's down. So it would have been interesting to see. I mean, there's a chance for a big play there. Let's see how the protection held up from this angle, though, and see when he gets to it. And let's watch his posture as well. So left, it's not there. Again, our movements in the pocket here aren't as clean as I would like. Typically, Burrow's much more robotic, like bang, bang, right? Here he's dropping that his frame, his base, his legs are getting a little spread here. See what I'm saying? Like you see how this leg is still going this way, this one's coming this way, the ball's dropping a little bit. He's a little bit nervous in front of him. But the protection, I mean, they sent a blitz here. All right, there you go. Back to a good throwing position here. This is good. So he's back to it. So it's a little bit elongated movements in the pocket. And this is very similar if you go back to Bengals on the Brain for the last few years. At first, I was like, oh, yeah, it's the appendectomy. It doesn't look right. It looks kind of weak in the pocket. The knee in 2021 doesn't look great in the pocket the first few weeks. And then last year, the calf doesn't look great in the pocket the first few weeks. The mechanics are off. I would say the same again. And then now he's dropping. Cap has still got, I mean, there's still room. This is a muddy pocket, but this is where quarterbacks with great pocket presence can still win, can still make this throw. You don't need to drop right away. I don't need to see, like, he just backs into the guy next to him. Hey, look to our right. Is that Charlie Jones? Is that Irwin? It's Irwin, isn't it? I was thinking it was Charlie Jones earlier. 15 and 16 is going to get me a few times, I think. And he just backs into that sack. The pocket presence needs to be a little cleaner than what it is. And again, people are I already can feel the comments. You're putting it all on Burrow. The line needs to do better. Of course the line needs to do better. I'm looking at a vacuum. I want to know, how did Joe Burrow play? Which means putting him in a vacuum, eliminating what happens around you, because guys are going to miss blocks. Things are going to happen. Guys are going to run wrong routes. You're going to get defensive coverages. You're going to get blitzes. How does your quarterback perform in those situations? So now we're already down a little bit. We got a quick screen to Chase, and we had I believe it was a legal motion. Someone was moving at the snap, and they're going to accept it. And the blocking's fine. It is what it is. This play if it was been successful, the Patriots would have accepted that penalty. And I think it's because Gesicki is still. I think two guys end up moving at the snap here. As Gesicki's moving across, Chase kind of like adjusts and gets back. Hey, good blocking, Drew Sample. Drew Sample played a lot. Yeah, I guess he really is tight end one. All right, moving up, Zach Moss into protection as the Patriots are showing potential A-gap, sugar in the A-gap blitzing around the edges. I mean, that would give you 4, 5, 6, 7 coming, and we only have 5 plus a 6 blocker. We only have 6. This ball has to come out fast. They're dropping into coverage, dropping. Let's see if it actually goes that way. Pre-snap versus post-snap. Okay, no, Patriots are going to drop both middle linebackers and that edge guy. That's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, meaning they're only rushing 4. So as you're rushed and you keep an extra blocker in, that means you've got 6. That means you've got 7 defenders and 4 options. This is exactly what defenses want to do to you. Make you feel a little bit rushed in the pocket. So here's the pocket. We hit the back. Our back foot is hit. The pocket looks really good again. We maybe have, and when I say really good is, can I throw from the back foot? When the back foot hits, the ball is out, typically for Joe Burrow. Getting second reads and third reads. We do have chance for pressure on the inside here. I want to use red for that. We do have guys winning here, and they will flush Burrow if Burrow doesn't move in the pocket here, and I think he does. I think this is the play where we hit Yoshi, and he does here. Feels that, which is very good. We've got a player now sitting down in this area open. We've got Yoshi in an open area because it's a zone defense, right? We got gaps in between here. The gaps are right there and right here. We got to find a way to hit them as we're scrambling to our right. All right, eyes are still up. This is great position. This guy's going to end up going up on Gesicki a little bit here. And Yoshi sees it and is going to come back for the ball here. Great job, Andre Yosivash. So that's good. All right, posture in the pocket. Let's look at that. Let's look at protection. I want to watch Kappa and Brown on the right side too, because Kappa wasn't very good. He a little aggressive there. You know, you got inside help. Moss needs to help a little bit better with that. Both guys do good. All right, so that's a power step. If a guy's going to beat you across your face, power with him and take him there. Let Burrow escape the pocket that way. And he does. Eyes are up the whole time. Gesicki, he wants it, man. But Yoshi does a great job coming back for this, keeping his feet in. And Yoshi's touchdowns last year, remember, with Burrow, were on broken plays in the red zone. So they seem to have sometimes it's easy to read certain receivers compared to others. All right, we're checking it down. Looks like cover two situation, maybe. Let's see here. Yes, it is. So we're splitting safeties, cover two for sure. We got one here, one here. The middle linebacker is going to open up. This is a Tampa 2 situation. Is going to open up towards the side that has more receivers. So we've got receiver here, receiver here, receiver here. So he's going to open up towards the side that has more receivers. And his job is to get and take away this middle. So for the Bengals at this point, Burrow knows what it is. We've got two options here. And I've said this before, right? We've got, can I hit the whole shot here? Here? Can I get past this guy and get to the middle? Unlikely. We don't have a route up here, I don't think, um, unless whoever's in the slot here is going to challenge that guy, and it doesn't look like we are. We're carrying them. We have a check down. We don't this time, but Moss is going to come down into the flats and be here. So how quickly do we say, all right, bang? So, like I said, are you better off hitting this between two defenders or better off just taking this check down here to Zach Moss? It's fine to take it and keep the offense on schedule, but Moss drops it. Probably the biggest mistake from Moss on the game. I thought he had a good game, but he did have that drop there. I would have liked to have seen what would happen there. So again, when Burrow says they were playing everything deep, going cover two again, it is true. I mean, but we've got time in the pocket here. Do we have to be so formulaic that the ball has to come out right now? The protection is good, right? Can we all agree? Does the ball have to come out right there for a 2-yard gain? It's not like we have a dynamic running back. It's not like you're dumping it to Saquon Barkley or Christian McCaffrey. Okay, this ball's coming out super quick again. Super quick. Cover two, bang, it's coming out. But the problem with cover two and getting it out right away, so we've got our deep guys here. That was supposed to be a circle icon. There's a circle. This guy and this guy, they got eyes on the flats in case you wanna hit this right away. And even though Yoshi's settling right here, this is a combination route here. You'd hopefully get this guy to suck in just a little bit and you can hit Chase Brown. I mean, it's just such a quick decision and throw, right? You're really not holding this boundary guy here at all. Brown does a good job making a guy sort of miss. I mean, if he could have stayed on his feet a little bit there, and like right here, if he could have stayed on his feet, he probably could have got the first down, but he was knocked off just a little bit too much. Such a quick throw. Such a quick decision, which we will praise Burrow for as the season goes along. Of course we will. But it can come at a detriment. Is the protection good? Does the ball have to come out right now? And these guys are 3 steps into the routes. Does it have to come out that quick? You're not getting blitzed. When he starts getting blitzed and that ball comes out quick, that's a good thing. But they don't blitz Joe Burrow. We got to get back to holding that ball a little bit longer. All right, we got a play action. Play action. But I can already tell which play this is. This is the screen, of course. We're under center. Play action. Zach Moss. And now we've got Volson and Brown out in front. Karras with a nice block. It's a good play. It's one of their better and perfectly executed plays on the day. They only had a couple. So we're under center. We're in shot range too. So when I talked about them taking shots, anytime you get between the 40 and the 50, or am I off here? If that's the 50, this is the 40. Anytime you get into the 35 to the 50, let's just go with that. They're going to take a shot or set up some shots, play action. So every time I see them under here, I assume it's play action. Good job by Kappa and Karras here, and then Volson and Brown Jr. getting out in front. Successful play. Wish we saw more screens. Is that the only screen we got? I think it is. So far it is. Let's remember that when we get to the end, though. High snap. I thought the snaps were weird, too. Kind of slow to Burrow at times. All right, we got the same situation here. We're at the back of our drop. Again, we're not even dropping back from shotgun. Not that that's typically odd, but like rhythm, the steps are part of the rhythm and the timing. We are once again looking like a Tampa 2 situation. Even with a Tampa 2, maybe it's not completely Tampa 2 because it looks like these guys are going back further than normal instead of playing the flats and bumping running. But it's a cover 2 situation again, or a definitely let's not get beat deep situation again. So we're just going to hook up as everyone's going to go deep here. We're just hooking up with Charlie Jones. Eric All, same thing over here. I imagine we got the same thing over there. And let's see it. Charlie Jones catches it, hooks up, tackle's already made. Like we're not moving these guys out of place. We're not manipulating any defenders on really any of these plays. We've got a couple of them that we did where Chase was trying to go underneath. Looked like Hudson on that 1 3rd down. But this ball's coming out so quick, it's got to. These guys are just hooking up here. So those of you asking for creativity and better design passing combinations, you would be correct as of right now. I'm with you. Okay, so it looks like we potentially have an RPO with a bubble screen built into it. Just the way these guys are blocking makes me think it could be. So we could have handed it off here. Instead, what you have here, and on a lot of pre-snap plays, you got to count your options 1, 2, 3, and how many are on defense 1, 2, 3. And this will come up later as well. So we got 3 on 3. You can take a screen here, a bubble screen here by Jamar Chase. Let's see if that's what it is. Oh, it was a fake. Finally, we've got something. We've seen this play before, and it's a fake bubble screen. Everyone has kind of jumped on it, but these two guys here. So you want to hit these vertical routes if one of these two defenders would jump down and take Jamar Chase and try to beat what look you're supposed to act like you're blocking as the two guys going vertical, and then hopefully they try to beat you and you're open free on a fake bubble screen situation. Good job by Gerard Mayo's defense to not bite on that and stay home. So now we got Joe Burrow in the pocket. We got a great pocket too. And he made one playoff script earlier, but this time he's got to do it from within the pocket as he bounces around. All right, now is the time to step up if you want, or buy a little bit of time. And I see what he's looking at here. You got Irwin running away. If you can lead it and lay it somewhere in this area, you probably got a chance for a touchdown. At least he would go up and try and make it. You end up with a high ball that lands a couple yards into the white there. That the white seems huge on the out of bounds. It's always this big. This is new field, so first time noticing it. Has out of bounds always been that big? Anyway, there's a chance there for a big broken play. Everything's been methodical other than the one to Yoshi. So now we're here. Okay, not there. Scanning back, staying a passer. I like this, Joe Burrow. I like staying a passer. Nice throw off platform, or at least nice. The ball's too high. It just came out too high. Too high, too far. Hudson in motion. We look like we got a 3-by-1 with Jamar Chase being the one on the right side. He's just going to quick hook up. If they're going to play everyone off and we're going to blitz, because how many do we got from the Patriots here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Great. Perfect. I'd wish they'd blitz Burrow more and just have 4 guys back here. 4 versus 4. I don't care who your receivers are. You should have somebody open. And we go to Jamar Chase. Bang. Get that first down. Grind for it. There's Jamar. There he is. The crowd goes crazy. Actually, the crowd did sound great at that point, watching the telecast. So if you were there, man, Orlando Brown, his stance looks funny. Does anyone else notice this? He's out of his stance, though. Look at Orlando Brown. Watch left side, 75. Bang. Ooh, he's worked on that, huh? He is out of that stance. And Volson, too. Hey, credit to Volson and Brown. I thought both had good days. They're out of it. Look at the right side. And this isn't like early because you see the feet lifting off already. I have to assume here with Karras's posture, that snap has already happened. So they are quick out of their stance. Good for them. That's what you want to see. And look at them. They're in position to sink, anchor. Good pickup by Zach Moss. Catch by Jamar Chase. First down. Watching every pass play isn't how it's always going to go for these film reviews. But after a game like that, it's something to watch out for. Now, that was interesting. I don't know if you caught that right away. Chase Brown came into the slot here. In the backfield is Drew Sample. Something to be aware of. Yoshi, Gesicki, Irwin. So Chase came off after that catch. And we're at the back of our drop. We got a nice blitz pickup. Sample. We've got a nice pocket overall. We could have a loss here. I do see Volson leaning and 95 giving him that swim move. We do not end up with a cover 2 situation. Looks like a single high. Like we said, Jamar's not out there. So we ended up with a single high safety. And in those cases, like, go ahead and take your outside boundary shots. And the combo route here that really allows this is looks like Yoshi there. And then Gesicki running to this corner. This was a good call versus this defense, especially when Chase wasn't out there. And a good throw, a great throw, actually, and a great catch. To be honest, high pointing it, that is what Gesicki is here for. This is what it's supposed to look like. We've got to finish. You got to finish. You got to catch it through the ground. He hits the ground, the elbow hits, and the ball squirts out. Upon review, the touchdown was brought back. Yeah, look at Orlando Brown's stance. It's different for sure. Maybe I'll ask him on Twitter and see what he says. Bang. That's a good throw. One of the turning points of the game, that play right there. You got to catch that. You've got to. Okay. This is the very next play. Some of you already remember it. Tanner Hudson in motion. He's going to stack up right behind. It's got to be Yoshi. We got Jamar Chase over here. Drew Sample right here. And a running back. I think Moss. I can't tell. But I want you to watch these two stack their release. When you get them on top of each other like that, the other DB's back here, and we're going to run Yoshi right at him. And by tangling up these two defenders, it allow Hudson to follow Yoshi and then hit the middle. And it looks like we're in a cover 2 situation. And if we are, that means middle of the field is open. So everything worked out. Good play call. Good design for what you're expecting here. Bang, he's wide open. Especially while we're occupying that middle linebacker with a guy running right at him. So again, I talked about earlier, I said they're not really making these defenders make a choice. And now they are. So the last couple plays here worked. The red zone so far here worked. Whoever's putting in the red zone packages, good calling here. And Hudson's open. And he should score. At the very least, it's a first down now. I don't know what he's reaching for and reaching away from. Finish the play. Right? Like, that's insane. We didn't keep an eye on protection there, so let's see it from the end zone angle. Back-to-back plays. Gesicki not being able to handle it, and then Hudson not being able to handle it. And again, the protection's good. As a whole, so far, we've seen 12 or so throws. We haven't been counting. We've had maybe 1 or 2 lost plays on the offensive line. The protection only needs to be good for 2 seconds in this offense 80% of the time. After that, the ball's out. It seemed like that was the drive where they started to figure out what the Patriots were doing, and they started to play with it a little bit more and have the right combination of routes. And everything backfires on them there. And now this is the third quarter, and I believe this is their best drive of the game. We got a little play action here out of shotgun, roll in the pocket just a little bit there. We're at the back of our drop. We had a similar concept as earlier. We're going to run these guys. Oh, that's not what I wanted. I wanted to give me the arrow. Clear that. We're going to run these two vertical, hopefully tangle up these Pats that are all over here. And we got Jamar Chase just releasing. And we've got, to be honest, a great pocket. Give it to Chase. Let him turn upfield. Gain of 8 or 9. Easy play. Good play call. Good design. Good way to get your number 1 receiver running wide open. You get him in the slot, right? You see Chase over here. He's in the slot, which he was a couple times this game, and he got big plays out of it. We want to get Chase in the slot. He even chipped. Chase even chipped on this play, and he's wide open. And you know why the slot is awesome? It gives you a two-way go. And when I talk about a two-way go, we're going to talk about it right here. Okay, well, the guy got bumped. I was going to talk about where Chase comes here and you've got this guy over top. I can go this way or that way. That's a two-way go. So this guy has to stay home even longer. Sure, he had traffic on this play, so it's not a great example. But that corner can't cheat inside or outside because you could beat him either way. That's what if you ever hear someone, well, he had the two-way go there. That's what that means. All right, Chase in motion. Chase is in the slot again. And he's going to sit down. Perfect. Again, we're hitting our stride. We're hitting our rhythm. We're starting to figure out what the Pats are doing here. We're in a cover 2 situation again. Yes, the Pats are putting 2 deep guys again. Okay. So the idea here is if it's cover 2, we talked about that earlier on the corner route. Let's occupy. Let's get the attention of this guy here to drift with Yoshi. And if he does, and this guy carries Yoshi a little bit too far, well, guess what? Jamar Chase is going to be wide open for a sit down right there. It's simple. And you got a nice combo route between the two. This works. Bang. Let's go. Jamar, make a play happen. Gain of 9. So, like, these are on time now. These are combination routes. These are, I know what they're doing, and we're good. Let's check the offensive line. Especially when Burrow gets to the top of his drop. We're good. Once again, we're good. We stayed good. Karras gets thrown back a little bit there. So you want to have much more time after that. But for the play and for what was required, because remember, these offensive linemen know the play as well. They know if it's going to be a quicker pass. Mostly. Sometimes you can tell they're like, I didn't know if you're going to throw that or if you're going to run around and do extra with it. All right, get to the top of our drop. There we are. Both feet are spread there. We only got one safety deep this time. This looks like a cover 3 scenario. We're this far in and we're just now talking about a cover 3 scenario. It looks like this guy, and this guy. Split it into thirds, basically. Split your defense into thirds. And each guy's got their area of the field. And now anytime you've got middle of the field closed here, you want to look to throw to the boundaries. You got comeback routes, vertical routes. You're mostly getting one-on-one with those situations. So Burrow gets to the top of his drop, and the O-line is doing its thing. Again, they're fine. Well, they might get a little pressure here. It looks like they're trying to bull rush Karras into Burrow, but overall, we are fine with that. Burrow holds it, sees underneath. He's got Trenton Irwin for the first down. Bang. First down, picked up. So we're good. Everything's moving. These last 2 drives, everything's great. We fumbled on the one with Tanner Hudson after a nice throw to Gesicki that he couldn't finish. But now 2 drives in a row, they're starting to feel it. Took them too long. Typical Bengals. Took them a little bit too long to figure it out. But here we are. This looks like a functional offense. And as you start dinking and dunking these and they work, and you have now figured out what they're doing in the cover 2. So again, what I say when we get to the shot area, I said this earlier, right? I said the 35 or 40, but you get into that 40, in my opinion, to the 50. You get into this box. Get ready for the Bengals to go under center. Remember this when we watch the game next week. Get ready for them to go under center, play action, and try a shot play. Now, from the TV view, I thought this was another shot play for them. Play action. Drop. Okay. We've got quarters, I would appear. 1, 2, 3, 4. And it looks like we just only have 2 routes going that are going deep. Oh. So I don't know the rest of this play. Maybe Chase cuts it down. Maybe Chase throttles it here and goes to the boundary. But anytime I have Jamar Chase like this and only one defender with him, I am throwing this ball. This safety jumping on this guy. So it's definitely quarters because of the way he matched him after he got past the linebacker. So he's going, okay, I'm not throwing this. Let me give it underneath. This linebacker's going to be all over it. That's his job, anyone underneath here. Let's see what Chase did. Before I get too upset, let's see what Chase did. Oh, it was going out. That's why he didn't throw it. That's why he didn't think he could throw it. But okay, so this could be a thing where if we get this again, Chase, just run it. Just go. The Bengals have that and they've done that before where You see what the defense is doing. I want you to adjust your route. That guy had outside leverage and the safety bailed. Burn it, and let's just throw this ball. Have more options for these guys to run deep in this playbook because you had a chance. And that was a play number 2 where I thought they had a shot and they had intake error. Was that number 3? Because the first sack of the game was a shot play. I mean, look at this protection, guys. Look at it. Do we even have to throw this? Does the ball have to come out right now? I understand playing within the system. But is this worth it? Is that outcome worth it? Like, let's trust our O-line a little bit more. If there's a takeaway so far at this point in the game, let's trust the offensive line a bit more. That ball is out. Bang. So we think we got a blitz. Ball coming out. Gesicki sitting down. Gets a couple. Again, do we have to come out? Does this ball have to come out so fast? The protection looks like it held up. Oh, let's get it from the other angle, actually. Looked like Chase Brown was out wide. Was that Drew Sample in the back then? No, there was no one back here. So you've only got the 5-man protection, and you've got multiple guys that could be coming on this play. I get why the ball came out fast, but they only rushed 4. Let's be sure of what's coming, right? So they're speeding Burrow up when they show that and dropping everyone back so they can rally and tackle. Common theme. That was a common theme for the Patriots. Got a couple guardian caps out there, huh? So I believe this is 3rd down now. We got a rub route at the top. We're at the top of our drop. Okay, good protection again. Chase is going to rub him out, and we've got over the middle Tanner Hudson. The problem is, if you remember this play, this linebacker is reading Burrow and going to jump into this passing lane and get a hand on this pass. Because he's open. Dang, he's open. That's having narrow vision from Burrow, I would say, because I've seen Burrow hold this, wait for the second window, and then hit the receiver. So you got to feel comfortable that your protection can hold up right here. I get it, though. Actually, I take that back. This guy looks like he's coming down. He probably just took him out of the equation completely. I mean, this is a wide window to throw this ball. You probably only actually have a window like this. It's got to be fast because this guy, the way he jumps into it, it gets a little gray. It gets a little dicey in this area, but that should have been like orange. Yellow is okay. Orange, red, bad. That's how it goes. Bang, tip ball. People said, oh, Hudson's got to catch this. That is incredibly hard. You've never tried to catch a ball that's tipped 5 feet in front of your face before if you think that's easy. That is very, very hard to catch. Your hands and eyes will go widen. That's how your eyes work. There's a sports science episode where they have cameras on your eyes and sensors to see when you're breaking down and coming out of a route and you look back and your eyes are searching. Boom, got it, ball. And then they search again, got it, ball. Search again, got it, ball. And you're tracking the ball, and then your eyes start to predict the flight of the ball so your hands can get there. If it gets tipped, your eyes go, and everything widens and starts over again, and your hands widen. And because of it, like now you got to pick up that ball, and it's just too late. It comes on you too quick. Sure, special players or luck is involved sometimes, and you can get there. But let's move on to 4th down. So we're going for it, and I am in favor of going for it here. I'm not in favor of a quick throw. So we talked about earlier counting up the numbers, right? And the advantages do you have? So you got 1, 2, 3 here. And you say 1, 2, 3. I can throw this screen. Yeah, I know 2 of these guys have to block. Bang, bang. Or maybe they go this way and this way. And you leave the further guy out of the play, right? That would make more sense. And get Yoshi out here and you're good. Here's what the Pats do, though. I'll stop it right here. Bang. If I say bang again, you can leave the episode. This guy comes off. So now it's actually 1, 2, 3, 4 versus 2 blockers. 1, 2. You clearly don't have the advantage. You're at a disadvantage. You're asking a quick pass. You're taking the decision-making, the brain out of Burrow to read the field and find the best option, which I will take every time. And you're throwing a ball. Where does he catch it? Right there. Okay, good spot. Good pause. 41. There's the one right there. Close to the 41. Yeah, let's say that. And the first down is, what was it, 1 yard over? So you got to go 5 yards. We want these guys to go 5 yards. And while our two blockers took care of the two guys here, the Patriots have the edge guy coming here, and the deep corner, the deep DB coming out for the contain for the outside. Yoshi has no option but to try and split these two. That's his only option. So let's see how it plays out as he turns and he sees it. And these guys are closing. And let me try to split them. Cannot. He comes up a yard short. I'd rather Burrow have the opportunity to scan the field and make a decision post snap. When that ball is just coming out quick, just too many defenders over there. It's just hard to run that play with that many defenders on that side of the field. It's a bad call. Maybe you thought you'd get something else. Maybe Burrow couldn't. Maybe Burrow checked into it at the line. He was talking a lot. There was a shot by the broadcast crew that looked right at his face, and you could see the multiple plays he's calling. I'm getting amped up. The multiple plays he's calling in the huddle. And when he gets to the line, he picks which one's right. So we got a play action. We got play action. A nice little hook block at the end there. We got a shot play designed. We've seen this before. So we have a Jamar Chase running deep. Safety's over the top, but this guy's way trailing. Where could you put this? Could you put this all the way to the other side of the field? Let Chase go make a play. Can you? Could you have tried that? Like, is there enough room here for you to lay this at like the 20 and give Chase an opportunity to be a far throw? Someone do the triangular math on that for me. Instead, he goes one-on-one with Yoshi. Hey, maybe Yoshi catches it. Maybe he breaks a tackle, and then he runs up the sideline, right? That's possible. Instead, the coverage is way too tight. Let's watch Yoshi's route, though. Could he have broken off this guy earlier? Let's go back to about here. So there's Yoshi. Okay, so Yoshi's already looking. He's got to come up here, and he's coming across. Now, the one thing you'll see from really good route runners is when, and let's see if Yoshi does this. I don't know. When they're running this, very often they'll get to about this point, and they'll give one jab step, and then they'll finish. And the reason they do that, it'll be just a little shift in their weight. And the reason they'll do that is because this guy's coming across with you, and you don't want it to just be a race. I know Yoshi's fast, but you just can't outrace everyone sometimes. And that little jab step and then come across gets this guy to jab step and come across, and then he's late. He's late covering you, and you're more open on these. So let's watch Yoshi and see if he does that. He does not. If anything, he has to slow down to wait for the other guy to cross first. Right here, he's looking at this guy to make sure he crosses. Worry about the guy that's on you. Give him a jab step, because for all he knows, you are running this way, or you're going to sit down here, whatever it may be. You got a lot of options. Give him something first and then finish it. That'll give you more separation. The guy's on your back. Makes it contested, makes it a hard throw for Burrow, and robs you of a chance to run down the field. You'll see here. Watch 31 over top. I mean, Yoshi's so far inside. All it would take us a little step, not a slow down here, and then, oh, let me speed up now. Too late. I like the play design, though. But again, we're in shot range. So again, there's another chance to run a shot play for the Bengals. We got a cover 2 situation again. Everyone dropping into coverage. Protection is good. Again, we got Chase underneath. Connect. Turn upfield. Maybe get a little yards after contact. So the only bad play on that, that had to be the third quarter, right? Whatever that drive was we just saw there, the stop on 4th down to Yoshi. That's really the only bad play call on that drive. That's 2 drives in a row they look good. Now we get the ball back again. Trying to drive again. And we've got a decent chunk there. Bengals are passing again here. We're in shotgun again. I'd like to get that sign out of there. Just let it get out of there. There it goes. Every time I move my mouse, though, it comes out of it. Ooh, so here we got our first. Really, this is the first time he's been pressured again since, and pressured within the initial drop back. He's not even hitting his back foot. He's got to get this ball out. And he sees the off coverage again. Look how they're all lined up down the line, except for this guy's off a little bit, but they're all right here at the sticks, basically. And this guy's got to come up and get the running back. So Burrow, great pre-snap read here to see this Post snap check. Throw this ball early. This ball's out. Yoshi with the fingertip catch and roll with it. That's a fantastic grab by Andre Yosivas. And Chase is in the slot here again, too. Let's see where this blitz comes from or where this free rush comes from on the side here. I didn't see originally. Good. Very good disguise. Typically, you can tell by looking at these guys the way they're leaning and going. Juwan Bentley, I think that is. Great job right there. And that's probably why he ends up free. Yep. So Volson went with his guy. Landon Brown goes with his. It leaves it wide open there, and Burrow's got to get rid of it and doesn't take a shot. Hey, 8, respect, man, for not killing our quarterback on that. Look at that hands grab by Yoshi. That's a great play all around. Not from the O-line, not seeing the blitz. Maybe someone's got to call that out, but I thought 8 disguised that pretty well. So we're back in the red zone now. Bengals rolling again. It's time to run this ball, huh? Is this the drive? This is when we finally get some run plays here. No, we're passing again. We're at our back foot again. How's the protection? It's fantastic. I'm sorry. Cut that out if that's offensive. I'm sorry, guys. I'm starting to get a little passionate here because I think the line played fine. And again, the Pats go into a cover 3 scenario. Is Chase not out there? Maybe he's not. Without Chase, we're in a cover 3 scenario in the red zone again. Unless this is Chase. It doesn't look like it, does it? How about we go back and let's be sure. Whoops. Let me take that off there. Oh, it was Chase. Chase is still out there. So we're in a cover 3 scenario. Burrow's still great in the pocket. Now he's stepping up. He's scanning. He's on a second read. Now third. Let's bail. And that's when he fakes this, and I'm just going to run for it. This would be a scenario he would. I mean, we had the corner route again to Gesicki. He could have thrown it again. And we know this play. I mean, no one was really open there. I'm glad that was called down. He was clearly down. Both knees were actually down on this. Yeah, I am going to swear a little bit more when they lose. All right, get your eyes back up. I wish he'd got his eyes back up there. I think with the defender, with his back turned, and Gesicki looking at you, posting up. What was it? Mahomes threw this to Kelsey with Jesse Bates with his back turned, and they just threw it up, and Kelsey just caught it over his head, basically, right? Give your receivers a shot. You don't need to be a hero. We don't need as many hits on you anyways. That could have been terrible. So the Bengals, I believe, was that a field goal? Yeah, that makes it. Did we see the touchdown run? Oh, that's right. So we're only looking at passes. I'm sitting here waiting for those runs to Zach Moss. So that's got to be where they got to 10 there. The field goal was afterwards. Or was that the touchdown? I'm not sure. Doesn't matter. We're looking at passes. Stay within the game plan, Joe. I'm starting to think about everything else. This is exactly like the first play. Hang on a second. Are we back already? We're not back. That has to be the same. That's got to be the play from earlier. Same concept. Gesicki in the slot here. He's just going to hook up between 2 defenders. This is what was it, the first third down of the game? That's the same play. So they pick up a few there. And this is the biggest pass play of the day. Chase in the slot. We're switching to a cover 2. And soon as so pre-snap, I want to do this because we haven't had too many times of the Patriots showing one thing and doing the other. So a lot of our film review will be pre-snap, post-snap. Right now they're showing one safety up, one safety down. We're going to see afterwards, though, they're going to run this guy off, and it's going to turn into a cover 2 again. They're going to try and take away everything deep. But as we talked about, that means middle of the field open. Can I get someone middle of the field? And since we've seen it all game, the Bengals are going to say, I'm going to put Chase in the slot. I'm going to run to that middle of the field. So let's watch that. That's what we're looking at. Watch that safety. Yep, we're going to cover 2. Hit the back of the foot. Right? The ball needs to be out. The protection's good. And as this guy here is bailing out this way, and he's sitting here, your middle of the field is open. Chase is beating his man. Let's do it. This should be a touchdown. That ball's got to be a rope, and it's got to be there. Maybe not a touchdown, but that ball floated a little bit too much. And Chase, the way he didn't catch it cleanly, that's why he turtles like that and kind of make sure he has it. He's mad afterwards, huh? Yeah, I remember that. So let's watch protection on this play as we get the other angle. Let's watch this throw. I'm going to send this to Mike Santago actually. Protection's good. We got it. Biggest play of the game. We get to chase in the slot, and we attack the cover 2 down the middle of the field. Probably do that a little bit more often. Back foot. We got Kappa losing on this one. The pocket is you can throw this ball. The pocket is good, but clearly we've got Kappa losing. And we got a guy that's going to penetrate here. So that might speed Burrow up. What do we have here? Chase running this way. I don't know what's happening there. And then we got, it looks like a vertical here. I don't know what's happening here. I'm assuming that's an out route at the bottom of the screen. Let's see. Give it another click. Yes, it is. That's tough, though. I mean, he is sitting on it. That corner is sitting on this, and we've got a slot fade. Give me that slot fade. Like, these are your opportunities, again, to have a shot play. You're in that range again. You're in the 40 to the 50, like I said. You got a single high safety. Drop back and throw this. Throw that slot fade. Let's go for the big game hunt. Can we big game hunt again like we used to? Make the offense throw it down the field. Let's see if Burrow checks that at all, if he never does, or he checks the safety, he goes right to it. And that pocket's clean. Yeah, Kappa loses that rep. That's a pass rush win for that defensive tackle. But at the same time, that pocket's clean enough. Because if we're going to lose to the outside. So let's watch here. We got a little misdirection. We got motion at the snap for Irwin. We got play action. We got a rolling pocket. So let's get to the back here. Get to the final drop. We got a good pocket. Everything's good. We do have a guy that looks potentially like he could be an issue here. We'll see. But the ball could be out right now, depending on the routes. Let's check the routes. What is Chase running? This is just going that way. Huh. And then we got an outlet here. I don't really like what this looks like. I don't know what your advantages are. Did they think it would be cover 2? Interesting. Yeah, they're not there. There's nothing there. Burrow has to run. Kind of a shit combination. I don't know what that is. Just being honest, I don't know what the goal is there. If anybody that knows has ever run this, I mean, we've seen the throw by move by Chase on a route like that, but again, they're trying to set up a shot play and there's nothing there. Huh. Okay. From the 31 now, it appears. 31 some change. We're in shotgun once again. Everything was. Yeah, and we're dropping everyone again as the Patriots are 2 deep safeties, guy in the middle of the field here. We got boundary. We got linebackers underneath. This linebacker's already shooting down. Can already tell we are going to Zach Moss. As we can tell, the pocket is clean. Burrow has no pressure on him at the point of throwing the ball. And he doesn't throw it. He steps up. Did he want to say, I don't want to do this and I want to hold it a little bit more? Can I step up in the pocket cleanly? So here's an example of, the defense really moved on this when they did. Here's an example of, I think this is the one they showed the end zone angle. Well, like a broken play can lead to a big time throw down the field. Unless this guy has I gotta stop swearing. Unless this guy has incredible speed to get back down there. Yeah, Yoshi's there. Man, that's when you want the pocket to be able to not just hold up for 2 seconds. Can you give us 3? Can I buy 3 seconds? Can I get an extra second? I'm not asking for a lot. All right, so let's see that again. Okay, so he's going to fake this here. And Trent Brown loses that corner. Can we step up and remain a passer here? We couldn't. Trent, come on, finish the play. That's okay. So that's a legit example of, I think we missed out on a big shot downfield to Yoshi because the O-line couldn't hold up. I think Trent got beat around the corner there, and Burrow, for the first time, wanted to hold the ball and make a play happen. I believe this is the final drive based on how they're inside the 10 here. We've got everyone just curling here. We got a guy in the flats, curl, maybe out. I don't know what Chase is doing here. That might be the only guy that we're not sure of. And he's running out route. Okay, against a single high, I've said this means middle of the field closed. You'll see MOF, middle of the field closed on some breakdowns, and especially mine. And if you're a subscriber on Twitter, you know what I'm talking about when I say this. And the ball needs to go. If the middle of the field is closed, then what is open? The boundary. And this would be a perfect time to run this and throw an out route to Jamar Chase, and this should be open. Now, Burrow is running for his life. And I don't know if that's before or after this ball should have been coming out. Let's see when he hits his back foot. Now, okay, so this should be him turning at this point, turning his feet to these guys running towards the boundary, and this ball should probably be coming out. Instead, he breaks down at this point. Trent Brown is getting thrown to the ground. He gets hit and panic ensues. Let's watch his mechanics in the pocket. Do they break down? Does he remain a passer? Does he robotically bang, bang, bang? That's what you want to be, robotic in the pocket until you turn into a runner. So he looks middle, checks the safety, sees Gesicki coming across. That's not there. He gets spooked. So his eyes, this is when I tweeted it, his eyes are looking at this guy. You can't do that. Don't get nervous. Trent is about to get killed here. That is a terrible. You can't look at this guy, though. You just turn your feet and throw. You got to know what the next option is. When you see, and here I am telling Joe Burrow to play quarterback. He knows this. When you see this, though, and you're like, oh, yeah, I'm not going to be able to hit that. Robotically, you see the safety in the middle of the field. When in week 2, 3, 4, he's going to do this, and he's going to do it consistently. And that's when we're going to say this is why Burrow is great, because he will do this later. I'm not criticizing Joe Burrow. I'm telling you as the fan, or maybe the guy that wants to learn a little bit more here of what it's going to look like and why it will get better. Burrow will snap his feet and throw this to Jamar Chase. He will. We've seen him do it. Instead, he's dancing with the rusher. That's why you see him step out and come back in. He's dancing with this guy. Don't worry about this guy. Turn and throw. Chase is open. So I think now second down, same situation. We're at the 10-yard line. Last drive of the game. We need Burrow to be Burrow. All right, we're sitting. Last step. Short drop. We've got a cover 2 situation. Again, keeping everything away from deep. So do we have anyone attacking this area of the field? We do not. Then do we have just a check down? Or can we hit these little hooks right here potentially? Nope, check down. And it's dropped. So we had 2 drops by Zach Moss, didn't we? Let's see the ball placement on this one, because I thought this ball came out a little bit weird out of Burrow when I initially watched it on TV. Let's see if that was the case or not. Okay, he just gave it a little dart throw. I mean, that's got to be caught. It could be better ball placement. We praise Burrow. His superpower is ball placement. Could be right in the chest, but Moss is not a receiver. I think what's most catches in his career? 22 in a season. Okay, third down now. We had Moss out wide. He comes back in. Looks like the Patriots are dropping everyone back again. They're not, actually. They're going with a cover 3 look, it looks like. And this guy dropped down. They're dropping back. He's dropping back. They are going to make these windows tight. And you're only going with 3 receivers. You're only going with 3 receivers. So we've got 1, 2, 3 versus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's not where you want to be. Let's see how these routes develop. Honestly, we're at the back of the drop now. The pocket looks great. Everyone's in great situation. Your best option just from here, just to seeing who's probably going to be open, we should be throwing to the boundaries, right? Because we have a middle of the field closed scenario. Let's see where he goes with the ball. Step up. No, he turned into a runner. Why? The pocket's clean. Oh, and these were out and ups. The Bengals went for it. Hang on. This changes the whole narrative of this play. Watch the outside receivers. These were out and ups. The shot plays were called. Oh, they were out and ups against a single high safety. Oh, that sounded terrible. I'm sorry. This is open, and you had it open, and you've got it. But the routes are not good enough. No one wins. Let's see. Watch Chase is at the top of the screen. Does Chase win? Oh yeah, that you throw that. But of course the safety's leaning Chase's way. I need that same type of route with Yoshi. I need him to win as clear as Chase does, and that's asking for a lot. We're talking about Jamar Chase, one of the best receivers in the league. So we're checking it down. But we got so much more time here. Man, let it roll. Oh, that safety is not going to Chase, huh? That safety was coming down to get Irwin. Throw this ball. Step up and throw it. Give Jamar a chance to win the game from 90 yards. That doesn't win you the game. You got out and ups. Go for it. The protection's there. Let's look at the protection. They need protection here on third down, right? We've had a couple breakdowns here on this last 15 minutes or so of this watch. Can the line hold up here? Yes, it can. Yes, it did. Why are we running and throwing in the pocket, Joe? Let it rip. Fourth down, punt. Game over. Whew, that last play there is going to stand out for me on this film review, and I hope you stayed for that. I mean, if you're here, you did, but yikes. So we need the explosive plays. They got to come back to this offense. They called 5 or 6 of them, attempted one, threw one of them. That's how you average 5.5 yards per attempt when you don't hit these. And you can't have that. You can't have that type of offense. So, man, that last play, I can't shake it. And I think I already saw here. So I after I recorded that and it was uploading, it's got to process and stuff before I record this part. But I jump on Twitter real quick and I see Mike Santagata at Bengals Sands, one of my favorite guys to follow on Bengals Twitter. And he's got the same exact play and the same exact reaction word for word. And I was like, wow, we had mind meld on this. And I see now he's got a bunch of quote tweets from other NFL minds around the league that follow him. And I've got a hold of that. And they're like, oh my gosh, he didn't throw that? Not good. That looks like Andy Dalton. That looks like late stage Andy Dalton. You never want to be there. Never want to go full Dalton. For all the good as he was as a person on the field, he was frustrating at quarterback, especially those final few years. But yeah, not good. And I'm going to wrap this up. There's not much to say about it. I expect it's going to get better. He's looked very similar to this. If you go back to Bengals on the Brain last couple of years, you will see he's looked like this before. I've had this reaction before, and he has figured it out, and the offense has figured it out. But man, why are we starting like this? That is the question, and that is something we're going to have to live with for another year. Not good. This is my Bengals on the Brain, presented by First Star Logistics. I'm Joe Goodberry, and keep an eye out for the giveaways during the week on Twitter. I'll give you a heads up for when you watch our episode, our post-game show with Jake and Joe, presented by First Star on Sunday when the game finishes. This one's a late game, 4:30 Chiefs, which means we won't be on until about 7 to 7:30-ish. 7:30 to 7:45-ish, up until about 8:30. It's a half-hour show, so be ready for that and tune in, and I'll catch you guys then. Until next time, hopefully. And the answer is, the question is, who dey?
Dave Lapham here, and every day I am grateful for my experience to have played professional football. As a player, I realized self-motivation, leadership, and appreciating your teammates are key. At First Star Logistics, you can use those same attributes to create the life you want for you and your family. Build your future by working hard like I did. You'll see results both on and off the field. Call First Star Logistics today and be part of our winning team.
Opportunity knocking.